Well, hello everyone. This is over a dozen years in the making and coming. We're talking about the ability to actually play Paprium from your illegally dumped cartridge that you should have obtained in some way, shape, or form from, of course, eBay or from crowdfunding or fan funding the original Watermelon Games developers. And hopefully you were one of the fortunate ones to get the cartridge and could dump it legally and play it on this implementation of Well, hello everyone. This is going to be quite an interesting video. We're going to be doing a extreme implementation of Paprium from your legally dumped cartridge on Genesis Xtreme GX. And tremendous props to the original developers of course, Genesis Plus GX, ekeeke, and any other libretto devs who worked on it. And of course, Project Little Man for helping crack this. They started it several years back after they were finally able to get a cartridge and legally dump it. They cracked it, reverse engineered it, and there are legal precedents such as Atari, Sega versus Accolade, etc. I mean, you have the game, you have the legal right to basically reverse engineer. Because, I mean, if I have my Star Wars or Star Trek action figures, I want to be able to keep them sealed in my box on the shelf because they're toys to look at, not ever take out of the box. My wife had a DeLorean. My nephew came over. He took it out of the box, and that DeLorean is just not the same. But it's a memory that I laugh at in spite. But here we go. We're going to load this up here. Oh, and by the way, here's a little quick memory clear trick. Say if you're in RetroArch, there's one or two ways you can clear memory. You could go to quit RetroArch. That'll clear your memory, your cache, all that. But the other thing you can do if you're in RetroArch and can't leave immediately, and you can do this during some cores while they're active. The best time to do this is when a core is not active and you have no content loaded. Go to Video, Output, Force Disable sRGB FBO. This is not what it's meant for, but it actually clears your memory. It clears your RAM usage, entirely starts it from scratch. Bam. You do it in any direction. It's going to do it, okay? And if you do this on the Dreamcast core, you might have to toggle it back, because otherwise you might have graphic glitches. So if you do have graphic glitches when you come back, just do it one more time. But in any case, I'm going to load this up here. And let me give a little bit of a background here. I've worked on the Xtreme MP3, custom OSTs, as far as like running stuff via the MAME 2003 soundtracks, like Outrun, Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat, etc. And typically, depending on how much RAM usage you have on your various platforms, you have the size of RetroArch, the size of your ROM, the size of actually the core, and of course your MP3s or custom OSD. And once you get to 80 megabytes or more, if you only have like 256 megabytes of RAM for your default system, you're likely not going to be able to run the entire soundtrack if the soundtrack is too big. So you kind of have to have like memory swap or such. So what I did here is I went into the coding and I did some memory fixes, such as unloaded memory on your boss fights and other tiers, depending on if you have 128 megabyte, 256, 512, 1 gig, etc. RAM. You see exactly what I'm talking about here. We're going to go into quick menu options here. And you can play this Paprium Xtreme Memory Fix. You can have it completely disabled, or play the entire soundtrack, which might be roughly 455 megabytes of MP3s, etc. But if you only have 256 megabytes of RAM, you're going to have some issues by the time you get to the first, second, or third stage. So I have tiers here. So if you try to game and it crashes, freezes, or burns, if you're trying to run the full soundtrack, load the game up again, save this as a core or game option override, close content, do the memory clear trick, exit RetroArch, come back in, try level 1. If it crashes again, try tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. All these tiers, 5 of them all together, should be able to make this game completely playable. So here we go. We're going to leave it on ultra skips for now. Then we're going to input. We're going to be doing a memory stress test. Port 1, up, turbo fire mode activate, okay. Quick menu, resume. All right. And Groovemaster 303 worked on the original soundtrack with Jredd. And this right here is actually the rearranged medley soundtrack, which Groovemaster 303 also did within the last few years. And Oo HappyKool Oh did a tremendous job trimming and cutting this down to separate MP3s from one singular entity from the medley. And it's really, really cool. I'm just liking this alternative soundtrack, which you're going to see in the game here. Again, take this memory usage at the top left with a grain of salt, because it's not entirely always accurate, as is the frame per second, because of the way things typically update. But I use verbose debug logs, and Anime Phoenix and myself have played this game many times, as did Cobalt, another tester, a great friend of mine. And we went through the game multiple times and were able to determine the most probable crash points. Music's playing now. Awesome. Got turbo fire mode activate, music playing. Alright. So yeah, when I first tried playing this with the 455 megabyte soundtrack, I literally like locked up right here, started slowing down to a crawl. It was pretty fast. But again, Project Little Man did a great job cracking, reverse engineering this, and just awesome stuff here. So I can keep the game on my shelf and keep it along with my DeLorean and my other action figures. I mean, I got so many like collectibles. When I used to have Loot Crate, I got so many cool things from that until it went down. But running great here, and I'm loving this rearranged soundtrack. Listen to this awesomeness for a little bit here. Definitely in my top tier fighting games now. And again, I'm only doing easy mode for particular reasons for stress testing. You'll see why in a moment here. Loving it. Oh yeah, I'm loving the background vocals. If you look at arcade games in general, there's only like a half dozen games that ever really truly had background vocals. Like Violent Storm, etc. It sounded like like an old Beverly Hills Cop song. I did see the latest Superman movie. I enjoyed it, and I liked how James Gunn, I mean, a little bit of a spoiler alert here, did a little bit of homage to his own producing of the Brightburn movie in the movie, as well as like how easily it is to be cancel culture. I mean, it all parlays into his little infamy, just with, of course, Marvel. But it was a fun movie. It truly felt like the DC animated movies and cartoon series. And my favorite character in the movie, spoiler alert, was Mr. Terrific. One for Superman, favorite Crypto, and Mr. Terrific. You can get on this if you want to, just kind of like in the TNT game. Love this. And yes, Rescue Palooza's played on open war. Awesome stuff. So now we're going to play this in faster motion here, because we want to do a stress test. Look, we had the banned enemies from Streets of Rage game. They have so many homages to various fighting games over the years here. I don't really like using the mouse in games like in Golden Axe. It's just, in my opinion, it kind of slows you down. I'd rather just stay up the mouse. Okay, we're going to get to the point where the game would typically freeze, crash, or burn. One of the first ones here. Oh, look at that. Like a plasma type sword. Loving it. We're going to get to the first boss battle here. And when I did a little bit of analysis to the code structure here, I noticed that the memory is kind of being utilized for literally loading like 6 times the memory usage for each boss track. So you had like, almost like the boss track was loaded 5 times memory, plus whatever track you were logistically on at the given moment in time. So that does not parlay well into your memory usage. So we got this. I'm on tier 4 right now, and I made it through the entire game without a single little crash at all. And you can take it down a tier. What it basically does is certain tracks of the game that cause the biggest memory crashes are disabled, and in lieu of that, it memory unloads and clears the memory for that section, so you can actually make it through the game. I mean, you can work around this by doing like save states, but you really want to keep doing save states every time the game's about to crash. That's just ridiculous. So look, right here, by the time I start stage 2, it wouldn't even play music if I had it like on tier 1. But we have music playing. Look at that. Because we made it with my memory fix. Awesome stuff. I love the way the enemies are coming here. That's like a little Golden Axe reference here. And again, thanks to Anime Phoenix and Cobalt for doing stress testing on this. Thanks Project Little Man for working on this, reverse engineering. Awesome thoughts here. This is going to permanently stay on here, and the game's going to stay on my shelf. I'm never going to take it off my shelf again. Brewmaster 303 and Jredd. One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. Loving it just as much as I like many of the Streets of Rage and, of course, Revenge of Shinobi soundtracks. And I'm just loving Brawlers. I'm loving that these are resurfacing nowadays. And you know how they did like Toxic Avenger, beat 'em up. They're going to have a Toxic Avenger movie finally come out in the near future. Let's try stress test this a little bit more fast forward. Because again, by the time you get to the escalator stage, it would freeze or crash or burn if you don't have memory fixes in place. Like if you take like the source code that's posted online right now, it's not really, it's optimized for lower specs, unfortunately. I mean, if you're taking into account that kind of like when I worked on like the Nintendo 64 cores, which are dynamic recompiler, you kind of have a memory leak. And the same thing kind of parlays in this. But look at this. This is kind of like the Batman Returns style stuff here. I love it that the developers, Watermelon Games, are basically taking some of the best homages and Easter eggs to various fighting games, and Batman Returns for Super Nintendo is absolutely one of the best fighting games ever. And it's also one of the games I love using Turbo Fire on, because you punch about this fast. It almost seems like it's like 60 times a second. And I'm loving all the background stuff here. Let's get to the second boss here. I did play this on hard mode. I love the way hard mode is, especially for the bosses. You get like 3 of the same boss on there. And my take for Game of the Year right now is Expedition 33. A few friends at work recommended that, and me and my wife have been playing that a couple hours a day, and it's just been a tremendously awesome game here. And really, really loving it. I need more games like that. What other games have you played throughout history that have been like that? And I also got to see the latest F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Really, really enjoyed that movie. Felt like Top Gun Maverick with, of course, like Cars. One of the greatest racing movies I've seen. It's, the race is kind of like more of a backdrop. It's more about character, inner relationship, which is interpersonal relationship. And that's kind of like, it's kind of cool. Even when you're playing Expedition 33, you have almost like a dated sim immersed in the game at certain intervals when you're like doing captain stuff. But like I said, I'm stress testing memory rate on purpose right now because I want to be able to make it to work crash points that really occur, like the escalator. Again, I tested disabled, and I crashed after a couple stages. I tried tier 1, crashed on one of my other platforms, all the way up to tier 4, which I'm running right now, seamlessly. And I'm loving this rearranged soundtrack, which I'm gonna, like, again, slow down shortly so you can enjoy more of it. There we go. Listen to that amazing arranged soundtrack. Oh yeah, Batman Returns again! You know, it'd be great if I could give between 2 enemies and slam their heads together like a Batman Returns. It's kind of interesting how some of these 2D games are great fighting game-wise, but then they brought these out like on PS2, like the Final Fight and Golden Axe, etc., and they weren't quite the same. I mean, especially like Golden Axe on PS3, the Beast game, or even Outer Beast on Game Boy Advance. I mean, you play it for nostalgia's sake, but it's just not the same thing. Got another boss battle coming up here. And I also fixed up Ninja Baseball Batman, because that also had memory issues with the RRQ and stuff. You know, the internet intercept and stuff. Let's check this out here. I should do more than just punch. I should start using some of the other moves here. Because I could also do like hopefully I didn't activate my special move there. Okay, let's try to get farther to the boss here. Oh yeah. And watch out for them bees or whatever flies there, because they will hurt you. And I say one of my favorite fighting games in the last like decade is probably that Double Dragon Neon. I love how each level you'd have like a 2-factor thing where you have like vocals in one level and you have like actually game music in the other. And I actually use that for the Double Dragon custom OST because I just love that soundtrack so much. It was funny when I got Double Dragon 4, I'm like, oh, this is a great game. Then there's like playing like Kid Icarus, where you go to the top left of the final stage and you can't get hurt all. If you go like right here to the foreground there, you can't get hit by enemies whatsoever in Double Dragon 4. I don't know if they ever patched that. Okay. Now again, we might have a memory lockup if we do a different tier, like we're disabled after this stage. So we're gonna see what happens. We should technically be able to clear memory here. Watch, it's gonna clear memory. Go to stage clear. Okay, intercom complete. Let's see if the music plays on the next stage. Should play if the memory fix is in place. Oh yeah, we're playing fine. Memory fix mode activate working. Again, you can ping me on YouTube, Reddit, Discord, etc. And I did make a Twitter account because I'd like to be able to communicate with the project little man who did a tremendous job with making this possible. Again, I can't stress enough the importance of thanks to Watermelon Games for making the original game. I mean, drama aside, I'm not getting involved in any of this drama. I'm just doing the extreme stuff. And many, many years ago, I had my own drama when I got into the scene for various platforms. And people want to try to keep things straight and narrow, basically not making any deviations to the code and structure and just running stuff as is. But I'm like, but you have games that run too slow, like outboxes on FPDO and etc. I'm like, I do these extreme code fixes for those of people, and I separate these distinctively from the RetroArch and libretto cores, so we won't have issues with people opening up issues like, hey, how come so-and-so Paprium game is goofing up on this Genesis Xtreme Core? Because they had nothing to do with what I added to this core, so you can't really open issues on this core because it's separate from what they did. That's why I do some renames at times, just to distinctively separate from what they do. Because again, I parlay into performance and speed versus accuracy. So I don't really give a flying F about accuracy in some cases because some of these games will simply just not be playable on your low spec platform if you focus too much on accuracy. Okay, let's try getting a little bit farther in. Oh yeah. And you notice that the John Wick trend that's out, like every movie and their mother nowadays has to have like John Wick style. Think of like the first John Wick style movie that's ever come to fruition. Oh yeah. Again, I really did like the Superman movie as far as it being a lot like the DC universe. Like, not like the Zack Snyder ones. I like the Zack Snyder ones for what they were. Henry Cavill and everybody else involved was great. I especially, like, one of my favorite things was I actually cracked the joke when I was watching the Justice League. And the joke was actually in the movie. I'm like, Pet Cemetery. It was like in the tune of almost like Jim Carrey basically saying Pet Cemetery, Ace Ventura stuff. And I'm actually looking forward to like the Liam Neeson and the Naked Gun reboot. And if you don't think Liam Neeson can do comedy, look at the movie he did with our Seth MacFarlane, The Ways to Die in the West, blah, blah, blah. He was funny in that. He was also funny in Orville. Oh, this game is playing great, and I love that I can play the entire game and keep it on my shelf now. Oh, yeah. Brewmaster 303, you rock. Again, I'm going to be playing this on hard mode and with the game at normal speed, but this is a stress test for memory right now. And you can see the memory's clearing per stage here. We're not crashing or burning. And I was so frustrated at first because I'm like, why is this game crashing over and over again? And then I found that if I played the music, if I played the game without no music whatsoever, then it wouldn't crash. So I'm like, what if I want to play the music? And I started coding some fixes, and I had the music actually playing at various tiers, and no more crashing. Haha. Oh look, it's Toxic Avenger! Just like when we played the original Revenge show before they had the revision, you have like, spoiler alert, you have like Godzilla, Terminator, Joker, Batman, Spider-Man, all the various characters showing in. I love it. But not the version you can like play on the various Sega Classic re-releases. This very much looks like a Toxic Avenger style character. Great stuff here. I don't mind whatsoever. I love it. And I even love when I was playing Shinobi Legions on Sega Saturn. Spoiler alert, having Godzilla in that as well. And having Time Gal also with Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla just shows up in so many games. Has Godzilla showed up in like a Jurassic Park movie yet? And the new Jurassic Park, what did you guys think of that? You guys jealous aficionados of the Jurassic Park franchise? And as far as dinosaur movies, I used to love watching those like Skinamax movies way back in the day. And there's a more recent movie you can watch on Tubi called Jurassic Games. It's almost like Running Man merged over with that. Okay, are we to the escalator stage where it typically crashes yet? Let's see. It should freeze here. Look, it's not freezing. Yeah, if any of you try playing this normally, it's going to freeze right here. But we made it past this and everything's running fine and dandy. Very happy. So I'm glad I was able to showcase this video before I went to work. I'm going to show you one more cool thing here. Closed content. Because I did another addition here. You ready for this? Again, I closed content. I'm going to go into output, force disable again, because I want to clear this memory. Again, anytime I run anything more intensive, I like to clear the memory. I have a playlist here. You ready for this? Castlevania HD. Yes, I have a fixed up mess in Xtreme Amp. I'm going to show you how it used to run and how it runs now. So we're going to run this right now as per normal here. And if you try loading the mess and core I've released in the past, just watch what happens here. This is not good at all. Oh, lag. I can fast forward a little bit. It doesn't make a difference. But fast forward does nothing at all. You're kind of locked down. I'm like, even normal games do not run well on this. This is a little bit of a precursor to what's to come in my next video. Oh, slow motion. But I'm going to close content. And it was the last little test for this video. And Dexter Resurrection came out. I'm going to be watching that next with my updated Xtreme Core. I'm going to update this, and again, I'm still going to do a public beta. I'll do a Google Drive link. I'll do a video where I link to this. I'll have the core for Paprium. I'll have this core. I'll have updated PCFX cores, Saturn cores, MAME cores, etc. Check it out. Remember how it was like not running properly in the last video? Awesome. It's running fine now, but we're going to take this to the next tier because I love doing tiers here. Okay. Core options. I added a specific core option for this. Options. Blah, 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 blah. HD mode pack. Disabled. Gonna do custom soundtrack only. Options. Save game options. Save game overrides. Close content. And yes, you can run the HD packs as well. That'll be in my next video. But guess what? We're going to run this with the custom soundtrack right now. How awesome is that? You ready? Here we go. It's loading right now. Beautiful. You can finally play it on your mini classics. And I have memory optimizations to fix up for this core as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and thank you so much all of you who've embraced the Xtreme fix-ups over the years, instead of trying to take me out of the loop like some past competition has. Because, like I said, I don't mind collaborating with people, and I'm like, hey, you can run your regular stuff for accuracy if you so choose to, but why not have some core options to parlay into some of these Xtreme fix-ups? I like being able to run a custom OST with messing and such. I mean, I was able to work things out in a very, very special way to boost performance and speed at the cost of accuracy. And look, we have the CD soundtrack running at full speed with Castlevania Anime Classics, which was unfathomable years ago. But right now we have it in 2K25. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and there'll be more to come. And I'll start posting Google Drive links to some of these updated cores for your various platforms. And you could go to the Google Drive link and go into your specific platform, and I'll have instructions and downloads for each of your platforms, from the Mega Drive, SNES, NES, and of course the PSC and Amiga 500 minis. And those of you who run other platforms such as the Mio Mini and such, A30, I'll have stuff for you as well. But thanks again, everybody involved, and thank you for watching my video.